My goal for the end of the year is to have at least 10,000 achievement points after 1 year of playing this game. One of many achievements that I'm pretty close to finishing is this one, Bring Your B Game 3, which requires killing 300 rank B elite marks. B ranks are kind of the losers of hunt marks, and they respawn after 5 seconds, which makes them ideal for grinding out alone when you just want to turn your brain off. After this achievement, I will still need to reach 1,000 kills, so I thought, why not figure out which B rank is the most pathetic? The easiest to bully. I'm a big fan of Miyamoto Katagani's Stormblood hunt trains over on Fairy, where it is something of a tradition to bully Gyorai Quickstrike. He's a pretty strong contender for the most pathetic because his spawn area is pretty small, so it's easy to find him, and I mean, just look at him. But if we're talking about the hunt mark that is the easiest to bully, then it has got to be a B rank from A Realm Reborn. Generally, the maps are smaller and you can one-shot all of them, even if you're a baby like me. There are 17 total, so let's go through them and figure out which is the most pathetic based on, first of all, their vibes, and second, how easy is it to find them over and over to bully them? Our scale will go from F, not bullyable at all, to S, which is maximum bullying potential reserved for the most pathetic mark. First up in Middle Noscea, we have Skogsfru. This refers to a female figure in Swedish folklore who seduces hunters in the forest. She looks like a beautiful woman from the front, but then you look behind and she's got a tail. Weird, right? Anyway, I don't think that I'm going to be seduced by this thing, and it always takes me forever to find because it's so small, so I'm going to give Skogs an F on the bullying scale. Moving on to Lower Noscea, we've got Barbastel. I went down a rabbit hole watching this video about Barbastel bats in the UK, and I'm putting a link in the description because it was just so wholesome. Anyway, the lore of this mark is that she's a vampire bat and she drains blood from entire flocks of cattle, and that's just iconic. And she's not super easy to find either, so let's give her an F on the bullying scale too. Bloody Mary is a mark in Eastern Noscea. Legend says that if you look into a glamour dresser and speak her name 3 times, she will appear and slap you with a fish. Her model makes her pretty easy to spot, but she has a lot of spawn points, and Raincatcher Gully has a ton of trees, so I'm going to give her a D on the bullying scale. Here we have Dark Helmet. This name is a reference to the Mel Brooks classic movie Spaceballs. This is a crab who has made its home in a Lalafell helm, and now it desires to kill even larger prey and live inside greater helms. This guy is way too cute to kill. That's an F. Do not bully. Myriadrosh is a dumb bird, pretty worthy of bullying, but it spawns on both sides of the lake in Upper Noscea, so that's an automatic F. You've got trees obscuring your view, and crossing the lake over and over just ain't worth it. Vuoko is a bird. Apparently the name is a reference to some giant bird of Finnish or Sami legend, but it's incorrectly spelled, and most sources circularly reference this poem by an English dude. I think someone at Square Enix just cracked open a pop mythology book for this one. Why did I spend an hour researching this? F. All hunt marks in the Shroud are an automatic F because this tree cover makes me want to die. You've got a white squirrel, some ugly dragonfly, a giant wasp, and actually, Fekta gets a pass. North Shroud is a pretty small map and only half of it is wooded, and Fekta actually has the shortest flying distance between its most extreme spawn points. It's also a huge bear, and it's named for a star in the Big Dipper, which is pretty clever, and that makes me lean towards not wanting to bully it. But then the big model makes it easier to find, so I'll give this one a B on the bullying scale. Moving on to Thanalan, we've got Ovjong. This was a Mammoth in Final Fantasy XI. I don't feel a strong urge to bully either way, but someone was actually bullying him when I found him, so C. Sewer Syrup is a void scent born from the sludge produced in the Copperbell mines. Ol Sui is pretty large, very distinctive looking, so pretty easy to find overall, but it does unfortunately spawn all over Western Thanalan, all the way up to Cape Westwind, so it's not the easiest to find for repeated bullying. C. In Eastern Thanalan, we've got Gatling, which is actually a Final Fantasy V mob. This thing reminds me of some tough street dog with a heart of gold. Do not bully. F. I forgot to record anything about Albin the Ashen originally. His lore appears to be that he's a colonizer who's mad that the native Baladians killed him. Weird dude, definitely pathetic, but he's got a lot of spawn points on a really big map, so let's give him D. Next up is Flame Sergeant Dalvig. This one is by far the weirdest. Northern Thanalan is already unsettling, but then you hear this thing roll up. Dalvig used to be a Grand Company Leave Quest NPC in 1.0. Then the Calamity happened. The idea of a soldier who witnessed so much atrocity, yet stood so firm against the invading Garleans that he became a void sent, that should be really cool. But somehow this thing just sucks. You can hear its weird moan from a mile away, and Northern Thanalan is a pretty small and desolate map with really good hunt mark visibility. Dalvig is just an S-tier loser, doomed to be bullied by blue mages forever. Next up, Null is one of the most pathetic freaks imaginable, very visible against the Coerthan snow. Unfortunately, it has 60 different spawn locations spanning a fairly large map where the mountains keep you from flying in a straight line. Even if you could fly straight, Null has one of the largest distances between its most extreme spawn locations. So, absolutely bully Null when you can, but don't go looking for it. C. Over in Mor Dhona, Lich King should have weird vibes, but somehow it's kinda cute, I don't know. Fairly easy to find, but there's also quite a large distance to cover, so we'll give this one a C as well. To be honest, I knew the sensor from the beginning, but I really did my due diligence. Here is my spreadsheet with flight times between extreme spawn points for each mark, and Dalvig really is the easiest to bully. So, let's get this achievement. As usual, feel free to yell at me in the comments if you're like a Flame Sergeant Dalvig super fan. Or you could tell me about achievement goals that you have for the end of the year. I read all of your comments, even the weird ones, so keep them coming. I'll be back soon with a review of Post Stormblood before I finally start on Shadowbringers this Christmas. Yay! Anyway, bye!